I'm sorry, Rigby.
Good old regular show. No matter how much time passes, I keep coming back to watch the classic episodes because, honestly, this really does stand the test of time. It's as funny now as it was before, and new fans are constantly discovering it every day. There's something to love in almost any story. But now, let's dive into an episode you probably wouldn't expect, even for regular show standards. Season 2's Over the Top. Here we go. It can be summed up in about 3 words. Skips kills Rigby! Okay, you probably need a bit more context. We start off in the hospital as most of the park gang stares down in disbelief. The doctor reveals that there was nothing that could be done to save Rigby, and his body is covered up. Apparently, Skips had a role in all of this, but we wouldn't find out the details until later in the episode. What follows is a very long flashback to the events that led up to Rigby's death. Everyone's having an arm wrestling challenge with each other, but there's a champion in the house. Skips! Nobody can beat him, and he gets cocky knowing he'll always be the strongest dude in the gang. Things change when Rigby steps up to plate and immediately destroys his immortal friend more than a few times. Now, Skips may have defeated almost everyone, but he can't feel good about himself knowing what happened to the restaurant. He trains to get stronger, but it doesn't work. Eventually, he figures out that Rigby has a special device called the Playco Arm Boy, which allows him to win any arm wrestling match. And then, as the episode reaches its climax, Skips decides to go one more time against the lovable raccoon, takes out the Arm Boy, and oh god.
I'm sorry, Rigby.
But because this is a regular show of all things, it can't end like this. Skips has to make up for his horrifying mistake. He needs to prove that he's not just a selfish guy wanting to beat everyone. Death joins the party because why not? And you already know what has to happen next. Filled with action and desperation, 2 men go head to head in one of the most insane arm wrestles of all time. Who will come out victorious? And will Skips' soul be taken away? Skips learns from the best and ends up cheating death at his own game. Rigby's alive and it's all a happy ending, but I do think the episode deserves a bit more attention because it has everything you could want from regular show. Even though this is a kind of cartoon that doesn't hold back, you don't really expect to see one of the main characters die in the first minute. You have to remember that this wasn't just some wacky kind of cartoon nonsense where his body is dead but his soul is still alive. Maybe he became a ghost or a soul and can move around the world pranking everyone. No, this is just dead Rigby. Now apparently, in the UK version of the episode, the entire first scene was just taken away. Like, you would just start out in the restaurant with no knowledge of what would happen next, and to me, that's just disappointing. Part of what makes Over the Top so special is that you know Rigby will die, and you want to figure out how it goes down. Removing the hospital scene still lets you experience the episode in a similar way to many others, but that's just not how it was intended. I think this part right here adds an extra layer that ultimately makes everything more interesting to watch. Oh yeah, and the fact that it was censored at all just goes to show you that this was uncommon. It wasn't often where cartoons would go out of their way to include scenes where main characters straight up die, but that's just what makes the whole situation even better. Regular show is always special because it pushed the boundaries. It did whatever it could within the limits of a kid's cartoon. The crew wanted to tell their own story with the fewest amount of restrictions, hence why they tiptoed on the border between an audience for kids and an audience for adults. All ages could have fun watching, of course, but there would be a special appreciation from teens and adults.
Rigby, sorry for, killing you back there. It was unprofessional.
Huh? You know what? Water under the bridge.
Anyway, what did you think of Skips killing Rigby, even if he was revived towards the end? Are there any other surprisingly dark episodes of the show that a lot of people don't know about today? Let's talk in the comments. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.